long-term effects. Then we'll go into a case study done by Mr. William Tamberlane, and then we'll go over graphs and percentages, followed by conclusion, and then I can take questions. Now, the reason behind my research has actually two parts. One is that the general public can be educated on the signs and symptoms, preventatives, treatments of kwashiorkor, and with that information, countries such as the United States, who are more medically advanced, can help those in developing third world countries. Now, what causes kwashiorkor? First of all, kwashiorkor is defined as a protein deficiency in which the person cannot actually produce that protein by themselves. The direct causes are poor diet, famine, and lack of food supply. Poor diet comes as a result of not being educated on having a proper diet. So if someone doesn't know that they're supposed to have a balance of fruits, vegetables, and proteins, this can actually lead to kwashiorkor. On top of that, famine and lack of food supply kind of go hand in hand. Whenever a famine strikes a country, a lack of food in general automatically means no proteins getting to the body and all its body levels are not balanced. These are a list of signs and symptoms that someone should look out for when they suspect that someone is developing kwashiorkor. The two most obvious ones, one is called a pot belly and the second one is called pitting. Now, the pot belly comes as a result of fluid building up within the body's tissues. And it can affect the face, the legs, the arms, but it actually centralizes around the abdomen. And then we have pitting. If you were to take your finger and press it into somebody's skin, you would see an impression of your finger in that person's skin, and it would not actually come back to full form right away. It's kind of like memory foam within the person's skin. Now, testing. Before you are actually diagnosed with kwashiorkor, you take a general medical exam, which sees if your liver is swollen at all or if you have any general swelling at any part of your body. When you are diagnosed, there are a variety of treatment options that someone could do. If it's very in the early stages, then you could just have the doctor inject protein, carbs, vitamins into your body. But if it's in the late stages, someone can undergo shock, and then they'll have to be hospitalized for days, sometimes weeks. Organizations such as the World Health Organization and the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations have come up with high-protein plant mixtures where you ingest the actual treatment, and that actually sends the protein straight to your body, and it regulates your body systems a lot faster. But if kwashiorkor is not treated within a timely manner, then it could lead to some very permanent damages. For children, this includes you not reaching your potential highest height, or for adults, you could develop cirrhosis of the liver. Now, Mr. William Tamberlane, who is pictured below, is an associate of Yale University, and he actually wrote the book, Yale's Guide to Nutrition. He traveled to Liberia, and he took note of a girl named Tanya, and he studied her life for a couple of years. While he was there, he saw that the first year of her life she was breastfeeding, and so another baby was born. When she stopped breastfeeding, she had to eat whole foods like white rice and yams, which have a lot of carbs but not enough proteins. So her skin became flaky, her stomach bulged out, she got very weak, fatigued, and then he was able to realize that third world countries actually develop kwashiorkor, like among its population, a lot faster than any other country. So here, looking at this graph, if you were to look at any of the red regions here, countries such as Ethiopia, Central African Republic, Zambia, they have over 35% of their population diagnosed with kwashiorkor, as compared to the United States, who have less than 5%. For the United States, if you do suspect that someone is developing kwashiorkor, it can be for two reasons. One, it is a child who is being neglected or abused at home, or it's an elderly person within a nursing home who is not receiving the proper amount of proteins that their body needs. In conclusion,
I'm from a third world country, and we call that marasmus. Is that the same thing, or is that something different?
It's actually a little bit different. Kwashiorkor is actually you not taking in the proper amount of protein that your body needs, but marasmus is actually the body being unable to produce it itself.
Okay, thank you.